Welcome back to another episode of Somebody's Mama podcast. We're your hosts, Kendra and
Nicole.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode. Happy February. Happy Black History Month. We are so excited for Black History Month. We are kicking it off. And we also wanted to mention, before I forget, we hope you guys have been enjoying the guests that we have had on the pod. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go back and listen to the past few episodes so that you can get all caught up. But we've had some amazing guests thus far. That was one of our goals for 2023 was to have more guests, and we have definitely accomplished that goal. But we wanted to hear from you guys. So if there's anybody that you know that you think would be a great guest on our podcast, make sure you guys go ahead and leave us a comment on Instagram or wherever you're listening. You can leave us a comment on YouTube and let us know. Go ahead and tag the person or the podcast or the page of the person that you think would be a great fit for our show. Yeah, so we also want to hear from you guys, like if there's any topics that you want us to discuss, things that you want us to weigh in on. We are completely open to that. We are building this community like we've talked about before.
Put it in the comments.
Yes, put it down in the comments below. Let us know. We want to hear from you guys. Like, you know, we talk to you guys outside of social media. Sometimes if we see you in passing or if we speak to you somehow. But we want to hear from you guys online as well. So make sure you guys are leaving a comment. You can leave it on Instagram and let us know. Okay? Okay, cool. Okay, Nicole, how was your weekend?
First off, it's Black History Month. We got our black on. I got my Good Trouble shirt on.
I took my jacket off, but it's so funny because this is not even for Black History Month, but I always wear this pin. Did it fall off?
She said I'm black all year.
I'm black all year long. Oh, here it goes.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, one of the ladies at my church, it's like a godmom to me. She gave me this years ago for my birthday, and I always wear it on my jean jacket. And I think it is so cute, but especially for Black History Month. Okay, so how was your weekend?
Okay, so last week, my husband was out of town all week. So it was just, I was texting Kendra like, I'm barely surviving.
We were in the same boat last week, y'all.
The drop-off and the pickup and the breakfast and the get ready and the dinner and the shower and
you got 3.
It was a madhouse. Okay, it was a madhouse. But then over the weekend we kind of relaxed, and we didn't really do much, to be honest. We just kind of relaxed. We kicked it, and I took the kids for a walk on Sunday. I had a little bit of work over the weekend. I picked up a check.
I know that's right.
And then we had a little yogurt land. Like, we just kept it real easy breezy. And of course, watched the Grammys.
Yes.
Which we will talk about later. But Kendra, what about you? How was your weekend?
Yeah, I was in the same boat as Nicole with my husband was out of town Tuesday to Saturday.
Ooh.
So
through in the weekends. Ooh.
Yeah. So but good things popping over there. I'm happy he was out of town because he was working, doing great things. Everything was successful there, so I was really happy about that. But yeah, it was just me and the kiddos all week, and same thing, drop off and pick up. And my 2 sons, they get out at different times. Same school, but they get out at different times. So it was a lot of ripping and running. And I'm not one of those moms, like I think I talked about this before, where I can just like run up to the school in whatever I had on or slept in or whatever. I have to get fully dressed, like shower, skincare, take my hair out the bonnet.
Not me. I'll be up there looking crazy. I'll be ducking people like, oh God. Don't see me because I'm gonna be looking crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just feel like I have to like get put together. I don't be doing no makeup, nothing crazy. Just skincare, shower, decent clothes. So funny. One of the moms today told me, me and another mom, she's like, you guys always look so put together. I feel like I'm just up here and whatever. I'm like, girl, I literally have on a t-shirt and some leggings. That's a hot mom tip. Get you a uniform. Okay. I wear black all the time. Like, because it's just easy. I throw on a black t-shirt, black leggings. I might throw on a different sweater or jacket just to jazz it up, but it's really not much to it, y'all. But anyway,
but it's like that video where it's like, what time do you guys get up?
Right.
Like 6:30? 6:30?
Yeah, like nah, it don't even take that much, y'all. It's maybe 20 minutes for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, if I'm not like a part of the situation, things go left. I'm sorry. One thing happened over the weekend. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I almost put my house on fire.
Oh, Lord. What was you trying to do?
I ordered pizza, and somehow Ryra clicked the thing. The receipt from the pizza box fell out of the pizza.
Oh, no. Onto the burner.
And then my husband wasn't there, and I was waving I took a towel, and I was waving. He was like, later I found out, he was like, can't wave at it.
No, you have to hit it.
So it was just getting bigger and bigger. I don't even know how it went out, but yeah.
The grace of God.
It was the grace of God. Because I was like, my God, my house was be on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but sorry for cutting you off.
No, it's fine. But no, I don't take a bunch of time, and I get up before the kids.
See, I can't do that.
Yeah. You still have a little one too, though.
And she gets in our bed. So if I get out of bed, she might fall out the bed. If she falls out the bed, then
it's over for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
No, so that's just what I do. I get up before them, get myself together, and then I have my whole routine. I have to have it down so we can get out the house at a decent time. Yeah. But everything worked out. Everybody got to school on time. Everybody got picked up on time. Everybody got fed. It's the normal things that you do. Yeah. But it's always nice to have those extra set of hands, because on a normal day, I don't have to get dressed because I get the kids dressed and send them out the door with my husband, and he takes them to school. Then I can take my time and get dressed after they go to school. Yeah. I still pick up both kids, but it was just kind of the morning piece for me that was just like, okay, y'all, let's go. And then my son, Ken, they be trying to play me in the morning. Dad doesn't do that. Dad does this. And I'm like, listen, Mama's here today. Okay. But yeah, so we got through it, picked up my husband on Saturday. I literally dropped them off. And because
you picked him up and then dropped them off?
On Saturday, we all picked up my husband from the airport. Uh-huh. I took my husband and my kids home, and I left. Oh, yeah. I hear you on that. So I had plans to go to, in Corona, actually, they had a Black History Month event for the first time ever. So there is a business here called Happiest Hours, and it's actually like, I call it like an upscale like liquor store. I've never seen they sell wine and spirits and things like that, but it's a very nice. Like, it doesn't look like your average, like, it's not a corner store type liquor store. It's very nice, very well lit. Everything is just, I don't know, it's beautiful. Oh. But they do tastings and things like that there. We'll have to go one day. Yeah, sign me up. Yeah, so if you're in the area, you can look them up. They do free tastings every week, like 3 times a week. Yeah, and so they sell a lot of Black-owned brands. And so what they had was they had a tasting with, I think, 6 Black-owned liquor brands. Wine, They had wine, beer, whiskey, tequila, like different things like that. And then they also had a Black-owned restaurant there that was selling food. But then they also had like other Black-owned vendors like body butters, clothes, like, things like that. And I found a really cool guy that sells like really dope t-shirts. Oh. So I patronized the businesses, and they had like a DJ, and like the older ladies are out there dancing. And like, I love that. It was just a vibe that you would get like in LA or something like that, but they brought it to the IE. Yeah. Oh. And so I was like, I have to go because they don't do stuff like that. So I want to make sure that I support it so that they'll do it again. Yeah.
I didn't even see about that. How did you?
So I follow them on social media.
Oh, okay.
And so they advertise on social media. But they had a really good turnout. It was a lot of people there. It was really nice. They do events all the time. So I have to send you their information.
I have to follow.
Yeah. So we did that on Saturday. And then Sunday, we didn't do nothing. We chilled, had a little family day at home. So that was pretty much my weekend. It was nice.
See, keep it easy. Sometimes just nice to just keep it
easy.
But I'm gonna need to know where the wine place is.
Oh, girl, yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah, because I told you that wine.
Yeah, if you guys are interested, just leave me a comment. If you live in the Inland Empire area in California, let us know in the comments, and then I'll drop the link for you guys. Yeah, so let's move along.
Yes.
So today's episode, we're going to do hot topics because we haven't done hot topics in a while. We know we've had guests back to back. So, and there's been things happening, especially this week. So we kind of wanted to like weigh in on some of those things. So Nicole, you want to kick it off?
Yes. So I've talked about it on the pod before, but I love listening to the Joe Budden podcast. Mm-hmm. And if you listen to last week's episode,
our last week's episode.
Our last week episode. Kendra and Myra talked about how they take showers in the dark. Mm-hmm. And I never heard of anybody doing that before, right? Mm-hmm. Well, last week also on the Joe Budden podcast, the guys started to share like things that they do that they're about, you know, mm-hmm. things that their girls would be like
make fun of them.
Yeah, so like Joe Budden's was when he goes to, sometimes when he gets home, he just takes off all his stuff, takes off his clothes, and then he likes to open a door, and then when he gets into his bed, he gets a little cold because the blanket is halfway up, so then he just puts on a shirt. And then only his girlfriend sees him walking around the house with just a shirt on.
Oh my God.
And he's
like, no bottom?
No. And so they were calling him Winnie the Pooh.
That's heck of funny.
Okay, and so it was wild. But then one of the new guys, Queen Flip, sorry. Mm-hmm. Queen's Flip, sorry. Mm-hmm. He goes, well, my girl thinks it's funny that I shower in the dark. Mm-hmm. And they just ripped him to pieces for showering in the dark.
Why?
And so by now you probably will have seen the clip that I post of us talking about it and then them talking about how he showers in the dark. But I thought it was so funny because we both talked about showering in the dark the same week.
Right. I'm like, I love it because it's relaxing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like spa vibes for me. Like, I just like it. It sometimes it's not like pitch black, but like just the main lights are turned off.
Yeah.
And I need to be able to see. So I usually leave like a light on in the next room or something like that. But it's never like pitch black because I can't see nothing. I'll be, where's the soap, putting shampoo on my body or whatever. But
it's funny because we're like, oh yeah, it's spa vibes. It's relaxing. And then when you see Queen's Flip, he's like a real like New York guy, like real like he does these skits that are just real crazy.
What did he say was his reason for showering in the dark?
He liked it. Like he just liked showering in the dark, and then he would use 2 towels to dry off, and he just was like, he went to this whole long thing about showering in the dark, and they were like, how do you see your body? How do you shower? And it's like, for us, we're just thinking it's relaxing, you know?
Yeah.
And the guys, they could not comprehend why he would shower in the dark. But it was so
try
funny.
it.
Yeah. I'm going to try it and then I was laughing about it to my husband. He was like, yeah, I shower in the dark sometimes. And I was like, wait, you do?
Yeah.
And I never like put the 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Because I just like, oh, it's during the day. There's still light going in there, but he technically leaves the light off sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so
during the day, of course, you can still see, but at night, I don't know.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. And then you light a little candle. Yeah. Especially if I'm taking a bath. If I'm taking a bath, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'll be in there knocked out.
See, I'm scared to fall asleep. Because when I was a little kid, I would take baths, and then sometimes I would kind of nod off.
Oh, yeah, I fall asleep all the time, but I don't, like, slip under. I have, like, the little pillow and just, like, kind of lay back or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a vibe. Okay, so the next hot topic we wanted to talk about, if you guys are keeping up with the Real Housewives of Potomac at all, you guys will know that this past week that they had the season finale. Yeah. And it's been some talk throughout the season about one of the women on the show, Robin, how her husband was stepping out or cheating. Her new husband. So they were married before, got divorced, and they recently got remarried.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yes. And so that was a big thing too. Like, what's taking so long to like get remarried? Because he proposed to her like I think a year or two ago.
Oh, wow.
And so everyone was asking her like, oh well, when's the wedding? And she kind of like was like brushing it off or whatever. And so one of the ladies mentioned that it was probably because he was cheating, and how he had a whole nother girlfriend, and how she has receipts from a hotel that he was at with the girl, and like all these things, right? And so she's like, she called him and she was like, they're saying you have a girlfriend, da, da, da. And he's like, that's crazy, whatever. And so they basically kind of just like pushed it to the side. The whole time she knew that he cheated on her in 2020.
So she said, because I don't know.
So they're bringing her cheating allegations, but she's denying any cheating allegations, even so much so that she calls him on the phone and they're like, no. Whereas he really did cheat, but the scenario that they were speaking of, she was saying that, that never happened.
Okay.
But then once they bring forth the receipts with his name on the hotel,
I saw that.
She gets on Watch What Happens Live, and she's basically saying that, well, he wasn't at the hotel with the girl. The girl comes into town, and she loses her wallet at the casino. And she's there to see her boyfriend, who plays for the Ravens. But she loses her wallet at the casino, and she calls your husband, not her boyfriend that she's supposedly in town to see. It doesn't make sense. But Robin is saying this out loud on national television. She's like, that's not what happened. The girl called. She said that she needed a hotel room. So she calls him. He pays for the hotel room for her. And that's it. That's why his name is on the receipt.
Delusional.
No big deal. I'm like, honey, what is happening?
Something is, the math ain't mathing.
The math is not math. Uproar on the net because she is usually the first one to talk about someone else's situation, bring everybody else's dirt to the forefront, and everyone is just confused as to how she can think that this scenario is okay at all.
Then why are you talking about other people when you supposedly know that he's been cheating?
Right. And so there was a tweet by Tamar that I thought was funny. She says, my theory must be different to me. If a man pays for a hotel room for another woman, he smashed. Or he would have told his woman about it when it happened. But obviously, talking to other women is just embarrassing to Robin, and it's not a big deal breaker. And that's where we get it twisted. So what do you think about that, Nicole? Like...
Listen, first of all,
is there ever?
I don't think I could stay. I don't think I could be with you if you pay for somebody else's hotel. Just paying for somebody else's hotel room would have put me over the edge.
I'm like, is there ever a scenario where it is okay? Now, mind you, I don't know all the details, but I want to say that this girl is the alleged mistress that he cheated with in 2020. So, is there ever a world where it's okay for your husband to buy a hotel room for his ex-mistress?
And why do you want to be the ex-mistress? Like, you cheated with him before, then he got married again to that same person, and you still want to stay on the side.
Well, she clearly doesn't care because she has a whole boyfriend, allegedly. So she was there to visit her boyfriend. She's there in Maryland to visit her boyfriend.
Did she confirm that was her boyfriend? Because then, do we know who this mistress is yet? Because she keep talking, but she don't want to show her face.
No.
And like people know who she is, but they're not putting it out there yet. But there's no way you should.
There's no world where that is okay for your husband to purchase a hotel room because here's my thing. If it was a friend of his and he told you about it, like, hey, my homegirl's out here stuck. Like, she's calling me because she doesn't have anybody else to call. Nobody's answering the phone and she needs money or whatever. And you come to your wife and you ask your wife, what should you do? That's a different scenario to me.
Okay.
Like my husband has female.
If he can't presented it.
Yeah, if my husband came to me and was like one of his friends, like he has close female friends, and I know all of them.
Yeah, but this is somebody you don't even know.
Yeah, like that's a different story. If he came to me and was like, "Hey, so and so is out here stranded," I'm like, "Well, get her a room. Let's help her. Let's, But it's something that he's brought to me.
Right.
It seems shady when it's like, "Oh, he did it. I heard about it after the fact." Like, and the only reason why she heard about it was because someone brought forth the receipts.
Yeah, because the mistress reached out to the
other ladies on the show.
Yeah. And to the TikToker. I saw that.
It's
a
TikToker
in her area.
So if you guys watch Potomac, let us know what you guys think about this situation. Yeah. I think we could all be in agreement that is just tomfoolery. Like there's no justification for that. I think it's weird. And I think it's weird that she felt so comfortable to
be confident about it on Watch What Happens.
She didn't make a face.
She was just like, yeah, this is
what happened.
Girl.
Yeah, like that, like clears his name.
Ain't no way. I would have been like, what's the girl from the Chili Peppers? What's her name?
Broken Promises.
No, the girl that put the may she rest in peace. She put the bathtub on fire and then it tore down the house.
Girl, I don't know.
What's her Chili?
You talking about TLC?
Yeah.
Lord help her, Lord. Let's die. Girl,
you would have put the clothes in the. That would have been me right there because you're not gonna play with me. And it's like Juan, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Juan. He knows she on TV every day.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep spitting. And she knows she on TV every day.
Yeah. I feel like that they had an understanding in their relationship, and she never thought that her business was going to be put out. She thought that they had it on a tight wrap.
Yeah.
Because it was not news to her that he cheated.
She was too comfortable.
Yeah.
She was too comfortable.
Well, she came out and said she knew about him cheating in 2020. So they had got over it and she forgave him and they decided to move forward and get married. So I guess that's just what happened in that scenario. But okay, so moving right along to our next topic, y'all.
Yeah,
the Beyonce tickets are on
sale.
Beyonce. Now, when we're recording this, I don't know if I was able to get tickets because I'm eligible to get tickets as of tomorrow. So
wait, there was a something sale?
Yes. So the way that they're doing the tickets this year are you have to be signed up for either for any Ticketmaster pre-sale if you have because Ticketmaster works with Citibank. So if you have a Citibank credit card, you automatically are eligible. And you just have to register for Beyonce tickets. You have to register as a verified fan. So I did that already.
Oh, you on it?
Yes, because they send you an email. If you want to get Beyonce tickets, verify as a fan. But you can also do that if you are Verizon, if you have Verizon, if you are a part of the Beehive. And there was one other way that you can get the pre-sale verified tickets. Then, so once you fill that out, they'll tell you like, oh, you'll get another email on Monday. So I got another email today and a text with a code. So I'm going to have to go online, I think at 1 p.m. and see if I can get tickets. But
wait, if you get tickets, you just add my ticket.
You're only allowed to buy 4 tickets.
Oh.
And people already like some of my friends that know I'm a Citibank holder. But if they found another way, I'm gonna tell you because we gotta have a powwow tonight to make sure everybody is ready.
I know my husband was like, Nicole, we gotta get these tickets, and I was like, yeah, we do.
You guys don't have Verizon?
He might.
Yeah, if you have Verizon,
you might be able to get in there.
Yeah, you can get in there,
but
you gotta do it.
Checking if you can see it.
But you gotta do it tonight. You gotta get the verified thing tonight. I don't even know if you can still get verified. I think they said they were going to extend it.
Okay.
But whatever you're going to do, you got to do it tonight.
Was it happens at midnight tomorrow or
1 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. But it's so crazy. Earlier, I was on TikTok and this girl was kind of showing the process because they're very organized with it. So because they know it's going to be crazy, and I think they're trying not to crash the site. Yeah. So depending on what city, so when you register, you have to pick what city you want to go to. And only a certain amount of cities are going to be able to purchase tickets on a certain day. So if you register for the day that I register, I believe it's like Inglewood, Vegas, and some other cities. So I'm only able to purchase tickets within those cities. So the girl today, her release day was today. And so she was kind of like showing the process of like when you go in. And the way she was showing it, they're releasing different tickets at every hour. So they're not going to do all the tickets open, because that wouldn't be fair. Because what they're doing is you have pre-sale, but then it'll also be open to the public. So they're going to save tickets for the people within those sections. So in those sections, you might get like 200 tickets in this section open, 200 in that open.
Oh, that's nice.
And then they're also releasing it at different times. So you don't have to necessarily be on there exactly at 1 p.m. They're trying to make it fair.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah. And when she was showing, originally online, people were saying the nosebleed tickets were like $400.
Yeah.
But when she was showing, there was nosebleed tickets for like $145, $195 for nosebleeds. So, I mean, I feel like there is equal opportunity to be in the building. Mm-hmm. You may not have the best seats in the house, because I think the floor seats were like $3,500. Okay. The mezzanine was like $1,100, $1,700. But then they also have like this Club Renaissance, which is like a standing room only circle, like in the front of the stage, that was $700. Oh. So if you gonna spend $700, you might as well be right there, because that's still basically like front row, but you don't have no seat.
Yeah.
What you need to see for at a Beyonce concert?
Yeah, we were at the last Beyonce concert, and I think that was one of my husband's like first real concerts.
I was On the Run.
Yeah, and he had so much fun. He was like, "Oh my goodness, I can't wait to do that again."
Yeah.
And that concert, Nipsey Hussle performed.
Oh yeah, that was a really good show.
That was a really good show, and
it's always good.
He was like, "I wish she was at the Rose Bowl again," because I was like, "The Rose Bowl is a really good."
It is a good venue because it's outdoors and everything, but the getting out of there was nuts. So I'm happy that it's at SoFi. My friend lives down the street, walking distance, so happy that's at SoFi.
That's gonna be easy.
Very easy. So, but the internet is in an uproar about these tickets. So I hope that y'all get y'all tickets. Yeah. Don't break the bank. Don't take out loans trying to get these tickets, y'all.
Don't sell your house. I saw somebody say, need to sell your house for Beyonce tickets.
That's crazy. It ain't that deep, y'all. No. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be streamed one of these days. So
and people will be there streaming the whole thing anyway.
Right. So my husband was like, I don't even know none of them songs. Like he does like Beyonce, but he was not into this album. Yeah. So he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go with you. I'm like,
see, my husband didn't listen to the album either, but he just had so much fun at the last show that he was like, I want to go to it again.
Right, yeah.
And he didn't know any Jay-Z songs. He was like, even though I love Jay-Z, so.
Yeah, that was a really good show.
That was a really good show.
Yeah, so hopefully we get some good seats and not break the bank tomorrow.
We'll let you know next week.
Right. So also, go ahead. We're going to talk about the Grammys.
Oh, the Grammys was last night, and it was such a good show.
It was. I'm going to be honest, I did not watch the entire show. I usually do the highlights.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good.
See, I didn't watch the whole show, but I caught in, probably the best part of the show, really. I caught in at the 50th Hip Hop Tribute, and it was so good. Like, the tribute was it's probably one of the best performances. I feel like to date, it was just one of the best performances I've ever watched.
Oh, wow. I have to watch it. I didn't get to catch it yet.
Because it was all the, like they did like a tribute to the 50 years of hip hop, you know? Uh-huh. So it was like Run DMC ran out and a lot of artists that I don't remember by name.
Yeah.
And Nelly performed.
Oh, really?
And Busta Rhymes.
Oh, that's dope.
And just a lot of people.
Dang, 50 years. Yeah, because they up there now.
Yeah. And then what's their name? The two girls. Oh, Queen Latifah performed.
Oh yeah, I did see a clip of that.
Oh my god. And it was just like, oh wow.
All the heavy hitters.
Yeah, it was the real heavy hitters, and it was just dope to see. It was just dope to see them one after another just go.
Dang, that must have been crazy to see live.
Oh yeah.
Like to be there, dang, that must have been crazy.
That would have been crazy.
But they had a lot of special moments at the awards. One of my favorite moments was Lizzo, her acceptance of her award and her speech, and just her speaking about like, you know, how she made a decision to create positive music, and how other people were just inspired by that to do more body positive music, just to have positive music. Because for a long time, it's like, okay, we tired of the shooting and the bang, bang, bang. Like, you know, like give us something we can dance to, that we can vibe to, that will uplift our spirits. Yeah. And it was just really special to see her acceptance. And then Beyonce was just like standing the whole time and was just so like, she just looked like she was oozing, like she was just so proud.
Yeah, like she just looked like she could tell that Lizzo was from a generation of watching her grow. Yeah. And I think there was that moment where you realize, like, I have paved part of the way for you, and to be able to see like the fruits of your labor, you know,
right? And I think she was just looking at her and just being proud of her, like of what and like what she's accomplished, and like then she did. I think you can't really see up there because all those lights, because she was like, "Where's Beyonce?" And she's like, "Oh," because she's like literally standing there like this. Yeah. And so that was beautiful.
And then Beyonce was kind of like, don't make it about me. Like, this is your moment. This is your moment.
She was like, oh, don't cry. Like, you know, so that was really special.
Beyonce is that girl.
She is that girl. But how about they was on CP time?
Oh my goodness.
That was crazy. Was that the Dream that got up there and was like, all right, I accept that on her behalf, and like tried to walk off?
Yeah, because they got there a whole hour late. And then the award ceremony even announced it, like, she's stuck in traffic. Like, y'all don't stop watching the show. She's coming.
She's coming. Because she had already gotten an award before she got there. Yeah. So they had to accept it for her. But usually when you accept on somebody's behalf, they're not there. They're not coming. But she definitely showed up. Somebody made a joke today. It was like, ooh, they must have been in traffic a long time. Because watch the Trevor, whatever his name, was giving her the award. Jay-Z was eating nuts and drinking his drink. Like, he was starving.
And then he even asked her, like, you want some? And Beyonce was just like,
trying to look poised.
Yeah, she was like,
you know what I was watching? I watched a clip, and everybody knows what her security guard looks like, right? Tall black guy. Yeah. So I was watching him because I just like to watch the background sometimes. Yeah. And so she was taking a picture. It was Beyonce, Adele, and Lizzo. Mm-hmm. And so they're taking a picture, and, you know, he's standing right, behind them off to the side. He's like watching his surroundings and stuff. This man is not even walking towards them. He's kind of like walking around them this way, but he kind of like, Adele is right here. Beyonce's on the inside. He kind of like guided that guy on the other way. And then after they took the picture, he went like this. Like he was watching them, and then he went like this. And I was like, you know what I never thought about? We can see him, right? We all know who he is. Mm-hmm. But there's other people watching. There's other security there. We just don't see them. I feel like that was the signal that it's time to move. I don't know. That was just my theory. Oh, wow. But do you really think Beyonce is traveling with one security guard?
Yeah, because you always just see the one.
There's no way.
But I think specifically for an award show is definitely more. Like, I feel like when they go on vacation, it might just be him and maybe 2-3 other people.
I feel like there's more. Yeah, I feel like it's never just him. I feel like there's always, it's Beyonce. Because think about it. He only has 2 eyes. I mean, he was watching good, but when he's looking over here, somebody else could be looking over here. I feel like they got at least 3. Him plus 2, maybe more. I don't know. Yeah. But I thought it was interesting that I rewound it like 3 times. I'm like, who are you talking to?
We got conspiracy theory.
Yeah, because he literally was like, and I was like, oh, shoot, who he's stabbing at? Where did it go?
Ghostbusters.
Right. And then while the show was going on, you can't see him. You don't know where he is.
Right.
But yeah, so
he's there.
I would love to see the inside scoop on like where her security, like how they're placed, like what they're dressed like I don't know. That was just very intriguing to me.
See, now I gotta go try and find the clip.
Girl, I know I should have saved it. Dang.
Yeah, because I would love to have seen that.
But also, Beyonce broke her record. Broke the record. Let me correct myself. The record for the most Grammys ever, right?
Yeah, that was just amazing. Like,
who was before her? Taylor Swift?
No, it was some guy. I don't know his name.
Yeah, she broke the record, man.
That's wild.
Crazy.
And just like you're still alive. Like it's just like
young and
young.
Yeah. And she was robbed for that album of the year. Okay. So she should have got even one more.
Like why would you you knew she was gonna win the
Harry Styles. I mean, of course the rest of the world probably, listen to him.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Because he performed and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that song.
Oh, that's good.
Just like when I think his name was something Lacey, Steve Lacey or something like that. Oh my gosh, I feel bad for not knowing his name, but he performed last night. I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know he looked like that. And he reminded me of Prince, and he sings that song. It's like my favorite song right now. It's been my favorite song for like 2-3 months. I was like, I was about to go to the grocery store and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this song. He looks like Prince though. He had little heels on and he plays a little guitar, and it was so cool to see everybody singing. Yeah, they were all singing it. And it was like, oh my gosh, now I feel bad. What's the song? Why didn't you tell me?
What's the man name?
Is it Steve Lacey? See, this is gonna really bother me.
I'm gonna look it up.
Is
it Bad Habit?
Yeah, I bite my tongue. It's a bad habit.
Oh yeah. I never knew that was his name either.
Oh my goodness.
I never knew who he was.
They were rocking out to him.
I saw him. He was sitting next to Beyonce.
Yeah.
Well, at the next table over.
I wish he would have performed with more energy.
I wish I knew.
Yeah.
I wish I knew.
And then you know what I forgot to add is that in the 50th tribute, it was so cool to see Jay-Z jam out too, because like he looked like a fan.
Yeah.
He looked like a fan. And Busta Rhymes was going, he was like, and what's that one guy that's really attractive? Redman and
Method Man.
Method Man was performing, and Jay-Z knew every word.
That's cool.
That was like the highlight to me.
Yeah.
And then at the very end when Jay-Z and DJ Khaled performed.
Yeah, God did.
And when Jay-Z sat there that whole time and rapped his long.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was beautiful.
That was dope. It was a lot of good moments for the Black people, y'all. Let's clap it up for Black History Month. And the girl Samara Joy.
Yeah.
Beautiful voice.
I was like, let me Google her because this is beautiful.
And I was on TikTok today and I saw the moment where she found out that she was nominated, and she was getting off a train, I believe in New York. And I don't know if it's her mom or her sister or whatever was recording her. And she was like, she got off the train with all her luggage and she was like, I can't believe I'm nominated for a Grammy. And she was just like so happy. And they started playing the shout music.
Oh my God.
And she was like shouting all around. She was running around the train station. It was so cute. Yeah.
Watch. Because of that moment, think about having that level of a moment in front of Beyonce. She's gonna be an opener.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna open the Beyonce.
Yeah, they're probably gonna do it in a especially with her voice.
Yeah, like, it's beautiful. She's gonna be one of the openers.
I know. I'm really excited to see. Like,
we'll clip this. We think Samara
predictions.
Samara Joy will be one of the openers for the Beyonce tour.
Yes.
And you know who's definitely gonna be an opener? They go wherever she goes.
Chloe and Halle. Or Chloe. Halle, they ain't really made no music together, have they? You don't like Chloe and Halle? What you don't like about? Okay, you don't like Chloe, because Halle ain't gave us no reason.
Yeah, I you know what? I saw them perform once in person.
Okay, she's gonna keep her opinion to herself.
Yeah, because I saw them perform in person.
Okay, so we gonna keep it moving.
It's hot today. This is hot. Let's keep it moving. Ooh.
What?
This is what we really want to talk about.
Oh, yes. Okay, so if you guys have been under a rock, you probably haven't seen it, but Netflix came out with the movie You People.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert. If you have not watched it, thank you so much for watching this episode. We really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at Somebodysmamapod, and we'll see y'all next week. So that's for the people that have not seen this movie.
Yes.
Because we're about to tell it all. Okay?
Yes.
We'll give you a second to exit.
We are so in deep about this that we have put our points about this movie and have not spoken about what we feel about it.
Right. When we said we're going to talk about it, we're like, no, we're going to save it for the pod.
We're going to save it for the pod.
Okay, kick us off.
All right. First thing.
So, sorry, You People starring Lauren London and what's the guy's name?
Jonah Hill.
Yes.
Put some respect on Jonah Hill.
I love Jonah Hill, but let me just say this, you guys. I am not the best with knowing the names. I'm not.
Wait, didn't I tell you that last week that Lauren London, when they went to the reading, she was in Valet. She told the story, I think, on Jimmy Kimmel. She was in Valet, and she was like, there was this big van in front of me, and I was just like, oh, I'm in Valet. Like, why isn't this van moving? Like, she's like, I started getting irritated. Like, why is this van like go? Like, so I can get out in Valet.
Right.
And she finally just gets out the car and she walks up, and then the guy that was in the car was Jonah Hill, and she was just like, okay, are you gonna leave your van or something? And then Jonah was like, hey, I think I'm supposed to be meeting you today. And he was like, oh, who are, like, she didn't recognize Jonah Hill.
Oh my gosh.
She didn't recognize
him. I recognize him by the face.
Yeah.
But I just don't know a lot of names.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
which is fine.
But I'll remember now. Jonah. Hey, Jonah.
Yeah. He's super funny. I think he's super funny.
He is. It was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again.
Yeah, I will definitely watch it.
It was
again.
so cute.
It was so cute. But let's talk about the points that everybody want to talk about.
Yes.
The chemistry.
So we're speaking of the chemistry between Lauren and Jonah.
Yes.
On screen as their characters.
Yes. Did you feel like there was chemistry with Lauren London and Jonah Hill? Like, did you feel the relationship of them being together? Did you think it was believable?
Absolutely not. Let me tell you why. The first hour of the movie, or 30, 40 minutes or whatever, into their relationship,
they didn't even like each other.
They were already engaged. Not engaged, maybe not engaged, but living together.
Yeah.
And I had seen her kiss him in the mouth. I didn't notice that. She kept hugging him, and it was kind of like, but I never got, like, it gave awkward. I would say towards the end, it was a little bit more believable, but as a viewer, and you're supposed to be this into someone and like in love with someone, it wasn't given that. It was very much given, like, I ain't gonna say what it was given, but
okay. I felt like, I think I was just forcing the chemistry in my head. Yeah. Like, I could tell that the chemistry wasn't all the way there, but I was like, no, it's there. It's there.
You know what I was thinking? I was like, I don't know if it's like maybe something that she put in her what do they call it? Writer, whatever, that she didn't want to make out, or she didn't want to kiss, or she didn't want to do any of those things out of respect for Nipsey, maybe, or I don't know.
Career. She feel like there might be backlash or something.
Maybe that was just something in her career she decided that she was not going to do on camera anymore.
Right.
Because when she was on the game, that was not a problem. So I don't know if that's something new that she decided that, you know, she's been on a spiritual journey and like a lot of different things. So I wasn't sure if like, okay, maybe that's the case. So I'm like, she's supposed to be in love with him at this point. Why he only getting a hug? I'm like, is this supposed to be PG? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So
I did notice that too. I was like, oh man. I was just like, man. What? Can we just,
Yeah. So as far as the friendship aspect of it, I feel like the chemistry was there.
Yeah.
I feel like they did a very good job of making him, I feel like they didn't go too far. Like, they made him like urban or kind of hip or whatever.
Yeah, but
relatable to her.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like he was trying too hard.
Yeah.
I like that it seemed very natural. Like he was still a white boy.
Yeah.
He was just a white boy who loved hip hop. White boy who, did his best to understand the culture.
Right.
And I did like that moment where they made it seem like he didn't know how to play basketball.
Yeah.
And then he got in there and like he was a vibe. Like also,
yeah.
like I did really enjoy that about his character was like he was able to be himself. So he was a Jewish white boy who just wanted to, get along with people.
He enjoyed the Black culture.
Yeah, he just enjoyed the culture. He wasn't trying to be the culture. He just enjoyed it. Like,
But you know who wasn't relatable in this whole movie? You know who was not relatable? Was the ex-boyfriend. He was trying way too hard.
I didn't think about him after he came on the screen and left the screen.
But the whole time he was on that screen, I was hot. Because I was thinking, you're filming in LA? And
there's Black men in LA who give him.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Phony?
Yeah.
It
Try
was
too hard.
It was very much. Oh.
I can think of some people in my head, so I feel like that was very accurate.
Not in your head.
Yeah. Oh my God. People that I've met in LA that give off that vibe. Oh, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
That's the fake LA that people talk about.
Yeah, that is you know what? I'll give you that. That is the fake LA. But I wish they would have brought LA.
But I think that was what his character was supposed to be.
Yeah,
because
she said character was it was meant to be phony LA.
Yes, because she said that she wanted to be with somebody that she can connect with, that she could be real with, that she could be herself and have that intimate like connection with, and she didn't see that in him. And then he tried to say something about James Baldwin when she knew that came from her father, which entitled him to be fake,
Yeah.
So I think he intentionally was that way.
Okay, another thing I saw people have a problem with. Some people felt like Eddie Murphy was too Afrocentric. Like they felt like his extreme of Afrocentric versus the Jewishness wasn't to like an extreme of being Jewish.
But also, I feel like that was an accurate depiction. He was a hardcore Muslim.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was necessarily about being Afrocentric. I think it was about him being hardcore Muslim. In LA, you see a lot of that.
That's
where
true.
They're on the corners, they're telling you about it. They're, they speak in the language like he was speaking. And like, everything is about what he was speaking of. I don't want to say anything politically incorrect.
Yes.
But I feel like that was an accurate depiction.
Yeah, I thought so too. I just heard people talking about it.
Yeah. And I think also too, like, I think they did a really good job of depicting those things from a LA perspective. So if you have never been or seen these things take place, you might be like, well, I don't know. Like, is it really like that? Or like, But,
yeah. Another thing that we talked about or we wrote down earlier was the fashion. The fashion was so good.
It was good.
It was so good. It was so on point LA too.
Yeah. Like even her hairstyle, her jewelry, like, I feel like they did a really good job with her styling, well, especially with her being a stylist on the show.
Yeah. You know what made me upset? And we didn't write this down, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You know what made me upset was when they went to Vegas. I would have loved to seen that scene without Eddie coming. Like, I would have wished they could have went to Vegas and went crazy, and he just would have happened to see a clip on, like, Instagram or something. Like, I would have, because what's that movie where they go to Vegas and they go crazy, and I would have, The Hangover. I would have loved to see them, like, go to Vegas and Andrew Schultz was there. I would have loved for them to go to Vegas and actually act a fool.
Or maybe if they would have let them have the moment and then he shows up like by surprise or something. Yeah, like
I would have liked that different. But then the girls thing too, that was hilarious with what's her name? Carisha.
She could never get this girl name right.
Carisha.
Oh my God.
She was so funny.
That was good.
She did good too, because I felt like that's how she would really respond.
Oh yeah, she played herself.
Yeah, she played herself.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right. I really liked his sister too.
Wait, his sister.
The Jonah character.
Oh yeah,
I liked his sister. I feel like she was a good balance, like to the mom.
Yeah, she was a good balance.
So I liked the supporting characters.
Yeah.
The brother, was he her brother or friend?
Brother, what brother?
Lauren London's brother.
Oh yeah.
That came with the dad.
He did a good job.
I feel like he did good, even with them two sitting together at the wedding.
They
like
did, yeah,
moments like that. It was a super cute movie. They had a lot of good moments, in my opinion.
And then wait, the part that really broke me though was when Jonah stood up to Eddie. And he was just like, when he stood up to Eddie, and then when Lauren stood up to the mom.
Yeah.
I really, in that moment, I really got emotional. Like, oh my gosh, like
that was real.
That was really real.
Because
and Jonah did such a good job acting in that part.
He did. Because I feel like that's a real depiction of what happens. It's like, what do you do if your families don't get along? Like, what do you do if your parents, forget the like cousins and all that, but if your parents, that's a huge decision. Yeah.
That's especially, a lifelong, your grandkids. It's right. Just a lot.
Especially with the religions too. That could really genuinely be a big issue.
Yeah.
And then for your wife's dad to like despise you, like, could you really go forth with that? Because he would be signing up for torture for the rest of his life, because it's not like she's going to not be around her dad.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that was an option. And I think that's why they came to the conclusion, because it was like, well, I'm not going to ex-name my mom, and I'm not going to get rid of my dad.
Yeah.
So.
But they understood that their parents were,
Yeah, they both knew their parents were off, but at the same time, they were not willing to just like
ruin the relationship.
Because a lot of couples do just say, well, we're just going to go ahead and get married anyway. And then everything's miserable because no matter how hard you try, your family's opinions and stuff are going to seep in if you choose to stay connected to them. If your family is toxic towards your relationship and you say, we're just not going to deal with our families and we're just going to live on an island together, it probably could work. If your family's there, it's a mess. So I think it was beautiful for the parents to come together and say, hey, let's cut the crap.
Yeah.
Let's pull together and be there for them. But let's talk about this wedding. How did you feel about the wedding? Let me ask this question. If you were in that scenario,
ain't no way.
Would you walk in and just go ahead and get married?
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't?
Nope.
I felt like it was so them. Because think about the moment too when he was.
It fit the movie.
It fit the movie.
It fit the movie, and I was telling my husband at the end of the movie that there's people that get proposed to and get married in the same day, and the husbands plan it all, and it's just like
get the dress.
Yeah, and then everybody's there, and it's a surprise wedding. I couldn't do it. I would go through with it because I'm in that moment
and still have another wedding afterwards.
Yeah, because
I think I would too.
Yeah, I would go ahead and do that little charades.
Yeah,
but I don't even know if charades is the right word, but no.
I think I would have fun with it as well, but I would still want my traditional white dress wedding as well. But I feel like for the movie, it fit them because it was so eclectic. It was so colorful. Like, look at their home. Look at the way he proposed to her. Where she was like, just do it. Come on.
Yeah.
No, Yeah. So I feel like the whole sentiment was just being eager to be together, and nothing mattered. And they had a bomb little party afterwards. Yeah. And I feel like for the movie, it was like so them.
Yeah.
But me, no.
Couldn't be me. But I did also like that they highlighted an interracial relationship, like this type of interracial relationship. Because usually it's like, I feel like in the interracial movies, like I was watching a Christmas one over the weekend, but it was so cute. It was the prince.
Not let Christmas go.
No, my tree's still up. So the Christmas, I'm gonna do it this weekend. I don't know why I said that on the pod. What time is it? 5:07. Kendra got to edit now.
I'm not judging.
Okay, so it's got. Listen. Anyway, so it's February.
Y'all.
Okay.
It's February 6th. But you know what? I do know someone that leaves it up to February and they just decorate the street for Valentine's
My kids
Day.
asked to do that too. My kids did ask to decorate.
If it's there, you might as well.
It was there. But it's probably going to be gone. Okay, so listen. I forgot what I was going to say, but the interracial dating.
Oh, yeah. That's what you're talking about.
I saw one where it's like the prince. They're usually like the same type of people, but I guess they were technically the same type of people in this movie too. But we just don't usually see, like, usually we see like someone that makes cakes or like somebody who's a chef or someone.
Those are Lifetime movies.
Yeah, but this one, it felt more relatable, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess so they did match.
Like you were saying before about like the interracial thing, but also culturally. Like they did the religions and, you know, different races or whatever.
They got it all in there.
Yeah, they got it all in there. And they was not afraid to. This is, what's his name though? The writer. What is his name?
Oh, from Blackish.
Yeah, he's risque.
Yeah.
He likes to push the envelope, especially with the discussions they were having on the podcast.
Yeah.
They definitely pushed the envelope there. I was like, ooh, cringe.
Or even like when they went, because people kept talking about Eddie, but I thought it was wild that when they went to church, the Jewish church, and there was a guy that they were playing with pedophilia, basically.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was wild.
It's real.
Yeah, it was real, but I was like...
He's like, oh, yeah, meet me in the bathroom and I'll check it out. Like, and the mom is like, yeah, I'm going to be there. Like, what?
It was just, it was like, they definitely pushed the envelope on some things.
Yeah.
Which kept you intrigued.
Yeah.
You know?
All in all, it's a good movie. Hope you guys.
And so people that were in the comments of the Shade Room saying it's a horrible movie, you know what? It wasn't.
I think it was really good, but I also think that you have to kind of like, what are you looking for when you watch a movie? Like sometimes people are looking for elements that just would not be in that particular type of movie. Like it's considered a rom-com, right? Yeah. And
it was rom-com vibes.
Yeah. It got to be a little corny.
It got to be.
It has to be, you know, lovey-dovey in some areas. It has to have those elements of funny, but also serious. Yeah. Like it has to have a storyline that flows. That's a rom-com.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. So point. If you don't like those type of movies, then you might not enjoy. Yeah. But we love those type of movies. Yes, clearly. She just watched a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it was so beautiful too. It was such a good movie. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of our Hot Topics episode. Make sure you guys are subscribed on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hey y'all. And also on Spotify, you can leave us a rating and a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. We really appreciate it so that more people can listen to and see our podcast. Also follow us on Instagram at Somebodysmamapod. I think I'm going to start a TikTok for us. So by the time y'all hearing this, go follow us on TikTok too. Okay?
Yes, and please like.
Yes, because we're trying to be on all the platforms. You know what I'm saying?
2023.
Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.